It's that time of year again where calories don't count, everything sparkles, and we live off of sugar for a month.
AKA Christmas treat season. Today we're sharing 6 of the cutest, most festive holiday snacks you can make.
These are adorable, easy, and guaranteed to make people say, "Wait, you made that?" Yes, you did.
Ready to spread some joy? Well, let's go. Oh, and if you want to find the recipes, you can find them all on our website at afoodloverskitchen.com, along with hundreds of other great recipes.
First up today, we're making these adorable polar bear marshmallows. These are the type of things that make people ooh and ah and say things like, "Oh, those are so adorable. Did you make those?" They're so cute and a lot of fun for this time of year. Now, the amount of supplies you're going to need will depend on how many you're going to make. I'm only making about 6 of them just to give to some friends, so I'm only going to need a little bit of these marshmallows, so you'll want to come up with something else to do with all the marshmallows. But you can make just as many as you want. You could make a whole tray of them for a classroom or a party. All right, so let's get started. You're going to need 3 different types of marshmallows: the jumbo ones, the regular ones, and the mini ones. Or you can just cut up the jumbo ones for all of the different bear parts. You also need candy eyeballs, chocolate candies for the nose, and a little bit of melted chocolate or some frosting for glue. All right, we've got our jumbo marshmallows. This is going to be the head, and then we've got our regular size marshmallows. This is going to be the snout. So go ahead and cut that in half with some kitchen shears. And then you've got 2 nose pieces. You're going to want to melt some white chocolate wafers in a bowl. You don't need a lot, but this is going to work as the glue to keep the pieces on the face. So just dab a little of that chocolate onto the piece of marshmallow and stick the snout right onto the jumbo one. Hold it there for like 5 seconds so that it stays put. Then add the candy eyes. Do this the same way as the other pieces. If they start sliding off, just pop the whole thing in the fridge for a minute. It'll firm up fast. Next up, the ears. 2 mini marshmallows go on top for ears. And there you go, you've got the cutest little polar bear with lots of holiday charm. These are perfect for a school party, plus they're just really cute to have on the top of your hot cocoa in the morning.
Next up is Reindeer Crunch. It's a sweet, salty, crunchy snack mix that you will not be able to stop eating. And it's super easy to make. In fact, we've been making this since we were kids. It's our Aunt Wendy's recipe, and we still love it. Start by combining 6 cups of Cheerios, a cup of peanuts, and a cup of raisins in a large bowl. This is the crunchy base of our mix. In a saucepan, add the brown sugar, butter, corn syrup, and salt. Cook this over medium heat until it's bubbling around the edges. Once it's bubbling, let it cook uncovered for about 2 minutes. You can stir it once halfway through just to make sure that it doesn't burn. Now take it off the heat and stir in the baking soda. It'll foam up a little. That's totally normal. That's what makes the caramel light and crunchy. You have to work fast here so that our mixture is still hot. We're going to pour the caramel right over the top of the cereal. And stir until everything is coated. Spread it all out onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. Then we'll bake it at 250 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. Just give it a little stir halfway through. When it comes out of the oven, we're going to sprinkle 1 cup of Christmas color M&Ms over the top while it's still warm so that they'll stick. So festive. Let it cool for about 10 minutes, then break it into chunks. And that's it! Reindeer Crunch. It's sweet, salty, crunchy, and ridiculously festive. Honestly, this recipe is one that you are gonna want to double because the first batch never lasts long.
Next up are Christmas pretzel wreaths. These are salty, sweet, and ridiculously cute. Plus, they double as table decor, and I think that that's a win. First thing you want to do is sort through your pretzels. There's always a bunch of broken ones, so you can take those out. Just use the full ones. And of course, you can eat the broken ones. Start by arranging your pretzels in a circle on parchment paper, and then I'm stacking them 2 high. You can make smaller ones if you want. For the chocolate, you can go two different ways. You can get white chocolate wafers. I prefer this Ghirardelli brand, and then add a little bit of food coloring to it to make it green. Or you can just buy some green chocolate wafers and melt them. Sometimes this way is easier, but it might be a little bit more expensive. And I've laid out my sprinkles here just so that they're ready when the chocolate is warm. I'm just gonna pour the chocolate wafers into something that's pourable, and I'm gonna microwave this. Melt the chocolate wafers in the microwave. You can do this in 15-second intervals, stirring in between until it's mostly melted, and then just stir until it's smooth so the chocolate doesn't burn. Pour the melted chocolate around the inside of the pretzels in one continuous circle as much as you can. It'll help it lock it all together. Before the chocolate sets, immediately put on those Christmas sprinkles. You can be generous. It's the sparkle that makes it festive. They need to set up for a few hours so that they don't come apart, so just leave them here to set. These are fun, they're cute, and honestly, they're almost too pretty to eat. Well, almost.
The Grinch has always been one of Laura's favorite movies. She watches it every year. So this year, I'm making her a batch of these adorable Grinch cookies. You can make any dough that you want for these cookies. Today, I'm going to be using a soft sugar cookie dough. To start, mix the flour, baking powder, and salt in a small bowl. Then set that aside for later. Mix the softened butter and cream cheese in the bowl of a stand mixer fitted with a paddle attachment until smooth. Add the sugar and beat until creamy. Add the egg and vanilla and beat for about 30 seconds just to combine. Add in the dry ingredients. Mix on low speed until the dry ingredients begin to incorporate. The dough will be thick. Form the dough into a ball and then wrap it in plastic wrap. We want to refrigerate this for at least an hour. The dough really works a lot better when it's cold and firm. Before baking your cookies, you want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and then line 2 baking sheets with parchment paper. Then we're going to roll out balls about 1 tablespoon each to get our cookies started. Roll each ball in the green sugar crystal. Space them out on the baking sheet and then press them down lightly with the bottom of a drinking glass. Now we're going to bake them for about 13 minutes. You don't want to overdo it or they'll be dry, so keep an eye on them. You want them to be lightly brown around the edges. Pull the cookies out of the oven and immediately press the red heart into the center. These are super easy to make, and look how cute they are. So now you have fun little colorful Grinch cookies that everyone is gonna love.
My favorite animal is bears. Love them, all of them, including polar bears. So this year I wanted to celebrate the bears with these adorable polar paw brownies. These are fun, fluffy, and almost impossible to screw up. Plus they look like something straight out of a winter wonderland. Aren't these adorable? Start by making your brownies. You can buy a box of brownies. I just made some this morning. Or you can even buy already made brownies, whatever you like. These are already baked and cooled, so we're ready to go. You'll want to cut out about 12 circles from the brownies. I'm using about a 2.5-inch cookie cutter. Spread your white frosting onto each brownie. Dip the frosted cupcake into flaked coconut to coat the top. This gives it that lovely fluffy bear look. Next, take half of an Oreo cookie and press it onto the bottom edge of the brownie for the paw pad. Then add 4 chocolate candies right above it to make the toes. Line them up a little bit of a curve so that it looks like a real paw print. Aren't these so sweet? And they're really simple.
Our final stress-free Christmas treat today is a classic, all dressed up for the holidays with chocolate, sprinkles, and M&Ms. These festive Rice Krispie treats are incredibly easy to make. You've probably made them 100 times before. We're just adding some color. First, line an 8x8 pan with parchment paper and lightly spray with oil so nothing sticks. In a large pot over low heat, melt the butter. Let it foam and then turn golden. Then turn off the heat and stir in the vanilla. Put the pot back on low, add mini marshmallows, and stir until they're melted and smooth. Now add in your Rice Krispies and fold them in. You don't want to crunch up the cereal too much, so just fold lightly. Get it all coated. Now we can fold in the Christmas M&Ms and holiday sprinkles. just until mixed. Don't overdo it or the M&Ms will melt and start coloring the mixture. Pour it all into your prepared pan. Wetting your hands with a little bit of water is how you keep your hands from sticking to the marshmallow. Press it down evenly, especially into the corners. Melt 4 ounces of white chocolate wafers in the microwave in 15-second intervals until smooth. Pour the melted chocolate into a plastic bag, then cut the corner off, and drizzle the chocolate over the top of the Rice Krispies back and forth in all directions. Now we're just going to add the rest of the M&Ms to the top. And the rest of the sprinkles. If you think that you need it, you can press the M&Ms down into the white chocolate just so that they stick and they don't come off. I actually think I might even drizzle on some more white chocolate. Everyone loves Rice Krispie treats, right? Well, these colorful holiday ones are guaranteed to disappear.
And that's all 6 festive Christmas treats.
From marshmallow animals to snack mixes and Rice Krispies, these are easy enough to whip up with the kids, but cute enough to impress any holiday party.
Honestly, I can't even pick my favorite. They are all so cute.
Same. I think I'll just taste test them all. For research purposes, of course.
Of course. Well, before you go, be sure to check out our Christmas dinner menu. This is a great meal for 2 to 4 people and you can watch it right here.